What a good day. I filmed the video, I did good. Now, I think I deserve to go to bed, I'm gonna turn off the lights, and I'm gonna take a nice little sleepy sleep. So, good night. Wait a minute. Who's the leader of the Monkees? Now, right off the bat, you're probably confused because Mike did say once in an interview that Davy Jones was the unofficial leader of the Monkees, but I'm more or less referring to the TV show. Now, also, you could argue that Mickey could be the leader of the Monkees in real life because he was the one singing most of the songs, and, well, you don't really hear most of the time of drummer being the lead singer, but I'm more or less talking about the TV show. Is it Davy? Is it Mike? I mean, they mainly follow Mike, so is it Mike? But also they don't outright say it's Mike, so maybe it's Mickey again? But also it could be Davy, because, he sings, but also everyone else sings, so who's the leader? But don't you worry, my dear monkey fans, or young ones. I'm sure the new ones know who the leader is, but we youngins, we don't really know. So, in this video, I'm going to be going over each monkey and then figuring out who's the leader, who would be the leader of the Monkees. Here's how this is going to work, though. I have an article from uprocks.com, and this person wrote about who he thinks the leader of the Monkees is in the TV show, and how I'm going to be going through this is I'm going to be going through it in the outro style. Like, in the outro, it goes from Davy to Mickey to Peter to Mike, or I think Davy, Peter, Mike... Davy, Mickey, Mike, Peter? That's the one. Davy, Mickey, Mike, Peter. So first we're gonna go Davy, then Mickey, then Mike, then Peter. And, I think it's pretty good. Funny that Davy's the first one on the list, considering I just said that Mike said that Davy was the unofficial leader of the band in real life. But Davy is without question the most popular monkey, and a good number of the episodes center around Davy and whoever his new love interest is in that week, or in the week, or whatever. In one episode, Davy's mistaken for a prince and later pretends he's the real prince. The Monkees, meaning people who look just like them, is a recurring theme, like Babyface, Alexi, and, Mike never met, Mike technically met Princess Gwen, so, yeah, there's that too. And winds up handling his leadership role well, even after an attempt on his life. Other than Mike, Davy seems to be the only monkey who has a mind of his own. I think if Davy truly wanted to be the leader, that title would be his because he's too popular. If he threatened to leave, the Monkees wouldn't be able to continue without him. He's the heartthrob. I guess. We'll just find out when we go on to Mickey. George Michael Dolance Jr. Mickey Dolance. Mickey sings lead on most of the Monkees songs, so this one is a little trickier. For the life of me, I can't figure out if Mickey is a genius or if he's mentally... That wasn't me, that was the article. That wasn't me, that was the article. Excuse me, Mickey is a man-child. He is not autistic. Although, anyone in the group is autistic, which we know who. Is Peter Tork. But don't you be putting Mickey under the bus. He might just have ADHD. Which also means autism. The point is, let's just focus, okay? Jesus Christ. There are times when Mickey certainly thinks he's the leader, often barking orders, but quite often these orders come after Mike has already made a decision. In one episode, Mickey is mistaken for a mob boss named Babyface. Then he's coerced by the police to infiltrate the mob and pretend he's the real Babyface. Thrust into a real position of power, Mickey is outed as a fraud. Mickey is the Chandler Bing of the Monkees. He's entertaining to have around, but he's not the leader. Okay, first of all, friends and monkeys are kind of connected. So to that I say, I don't think Mickey would be Chandler Bing. I guess Mike would kind of be. Mike is very sarcastic at times and sometimes doesn't want to be there. And Chandler sometimes doesn't want to be there either. Now, would that make Joey Peter? No, because Peter is autistic and Joey is not autistic. He just got dumber and dumber until his brain was the size of a hamster's. Now we're at Mike, and this one, it should make things easier, but also it kind of doesn't make things easier, which is kind of weird to say, but Mike seems to make most of the band's decisions, and the rest of the Monkees do seem to listen to him, but Mike doesn't even seem like he wants to be a Monkee half the time. The other three Monkees seem to annoy Mike. He's the most obvious answer to this question, but how can someone who doesn't even really want to be a Monkee be their leader? In an episode in which the Monkees join the circus, Davy has a bad experience after a performer throws knives at him. The first person Davy runs to for help is Mike. When the Monkees receive an award from a magazine, Mike accepts it on the band's behalf. These events lead you to believe that Mike is a leader, but how would that dynamic work? Mike is arguably the least famous of the Monkees. This seems unsustainable. This would be like George Harrison somehow being the secret leader of the Beatles, always ordering John and Paul around. I've seen the most evidence to support that Mike is a leader, but if he is, it's by default, it won't last. Alright, before we go on to Peter, let me just make something else clear though. The Mike not being famous part, like Mike being least famous, like Mike kind of being like George Harrison, when your mom makes liquid paper, that just automatically makes you a Nepo baby somehow, like... Excuse me. Also, Mike made MTV. Get a lot of this bullshit, huh? I guess making MTV doesn't count as making you famous, huh? What a load of horseshit. Morning time now. I think we can all agree I let my emotions get the better of me, so let's just move on to Peter. Okay, so Peter is a bit complicated because in the show he's dumb, but in real life, my man's was on the spectrum, and that don't make him dumb, that make him really smart. Like I read in Mickey's book that Bob and Bert were like sweating nervously and trying to control Peter because he would just say things unfiltered and just say a bunch of whole things and ramble about it for hours, which is literally autism. So, but this is TV Peter we're talking about. And according to this article, Peter's the only Monkee that this person can say is not the leader. There's an episode in which the Monkees, the three of them, are on trial for bank robbery. It's where the Mr. Webster song is played. Mike, Davey, and Mickey thought they were in a movie, but it was an actual robbery. And Peter is the only one who can clear their name. I had no confidence in Peter, and I was fairly certain the other three Monkees would be put away for good. But after an elaborate chase scene involving many doors, such as Pleasant Valley Sunday, Peter wound up clearing the other three Monkees of any wrongdoing. The only reason Peter was put in a position of leadership was because he was the only one left, and it's a miracle he succeeded. Peter is not their leader. Well, this is TV Peter. If they made Peter himself in this show, I'm sure he would have, been a leader somehow. Him and Mike, I don't know, but then again, him and Mike didn't really get along that much, so... who am I to say anything? So, who's the leader of the Monkees in the TV show? What's the answer? What have we done this whole video for? Who is the leader? Well, in an episode where a children's television show offers the Monkees a chance to perform on the show on a regular basis, the Monkees take a meeting with the show's young producer. There are 4 chairs in this office, 2 right in front of the producer's desk and 2 off in the corner. Mickey and Davey sit in the chairs in front of the desk, and Peter sits in the corner. Peter knows his place and accepts it. Mike then tells Davey to get up and takes Mickey's chair. Mickey then sulks over to the corner. This is because Mickey thinks he's a leader, but he is not the leader. Mike and Davey sit in front of the producer in their rightful spots. Davey is the rightful leader, but chooses not to be, instead focusing his attention on being popular. Mike assumes the leader's duties, but would lose his leadership if Davey ever decided to challenge Mike for the title. And because Mike isn't really much into any of this anyway, he will gladly let Davey become the leader. So Davey has been the leader the whole time, and my dumbass thought it was Mike.